Ladies and gentlemen, and all the others, you are all welcome here. Thank you for tuning in. You are now watching my best friends weaving, presented to you by Hyrule Geek X Unlimited. I'm gonna do that every time because I think that's my thing now when I say the company's name. But anyway, you're watching my best friends weaving. We are weekly, bi-weekly, once a month. We may never come back. We don't know. We got to see what the fans say. But we're here for you to entertain you with what we think about anime and our opinions, whether they're hot trash, dumpster fire, or on point. It's what we're here for. And as you know, I'm never here by myself because I never go anywhere alone because, well, I can't. So with me, as always, I've got Mr. Patrick 8-Bit.
Am I in your crew? Are we crew, man?
You've been in the crew. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Sir,
you made a good choice.
Crew. I know. And then, of course, as I gave Patrick crap last week, it is now for the guy that we have to give crap to this week. But it was understandable, but we only give him crap out of love. It's Sir Steven Sagan.
What's up?
What's up?
Yes, send your crap my way.
It's okay, sir. We shall do so. We shall do so. Because I had to give it to Pat last week because I'm like, yo, where was you at? And he was just like, I was doing my dad thing and I lost track of time and, still have to give him crap though.
Perfectly reasonable.
I know, it is perfectly reasonable.
Being an adult and having hobbies at the same time is really hard.
It is. Put Legos together, paint cars.
Patrick says that you guys are all lame and you suck. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Hobbies first, bro.
Hobbies don't pay the bills.
But 38-year-old Patrick is like, I literally cannot talk crap because Steve and I are in the same boat. That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's
yes, it is that boat of responsibilities. Yes, playtime maybe.
Sometimes having a decent job means people have your phone number.
Yeah, I'm glad I work the regular. Well, it's not even 9 to 5. It's 7 to 3:30 right now. Which I don't know how I wake up that early, but I do. I'm an adult. I am not a morning person at all.
I have never seen you try to morning. I think the earliest I've interacted with you is 3 p.m.
Probably. But yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, no, even when you were living here, you remember I'd be up at 5 in the morning. Easily.
God, yes.
And the most I'd see of you before 10 is hearing the bathroom door shut. And then a mist, you'd move back to your room.
I had to be ethereal in my movements. Yeah, so all right. So tonight we're going to talk about anime that we regret watching. This is a hard one because we all enjoy anime so much, but there are ones that we watched it and we're like, the hell did I watch this for? Why? Some of these I've gotten, multiple episodes in. I've gone above my normal, 2 to 3. I'm 6, 7 episodes in, and I was just like, why am I watching this now? I don't want to watch this anymore. And I just stopped watching it. And these are 3 of those. Well, one of them I watched all the way because it was that dumpster fire where you couldn't look away. It was like a train wreck and the train hit a dumpster and it just burst into fire, but it wasn't carrying hazardous chemicals. So it was okay to stand and watch. And I'm like, I got to go now. So, yeah, I watched one of these all the way through and it made me feel bad on the inside when I finished it. Yeah.
You judged yourself.
I did.
Self-own, bro.
It is.
What anime is so bad that you self-owned?
Well, you're going to find out. It's the last one on my list.
Oh, okay.
All right. So I will go first because, I like to go first and give them time and, let things happen. And,
Not my fault.
I know it's not your fault. It is not. Once again, adulting. So I will go first. So this first one is one I started watching and I tried to get into it and I couldn't. And then I realized I've watched this anime 3 times already because, bro, how many card fighting anime can you have? Really? I'm like, cool. It's got a cool premise. Then I just realized this is Yu-Gi-Oh with extra steps. I could just go watch Yu-Gi-Oh and get the same thing. And I can get the weird, random, quirky crew and the fake people. Well, Yu-Gi-Oh, it wasn't fake people dying. They weren't going to the Shadow Realm, kids. They were being murdered and resurrected. There was no Shadow Realm. That's just the American version. I'm going to send you to the Shadow Realm. No, people died playing that game. It was bad. But also good, because it's Yu-Gi-Oh. Vanguard card dress, less so. I don't know what it was. I really don't know what it was about this one that I was just like, I just can't. I just can't. I tried. I really did. I got into this one like 6-7 episodes, and then I watched the 7th episode. I was like, why does it still feel like the first few episodes? It didn't stick with me. It didn't grow on me. And I was just like, man, no. I couldn't do it. I tried. I really did. Because I want to give everything its just due, and this one wasn't it. Did you guys, either of you, watch Vanguard card dress on guard cardness game?
No,
Okay.
I dodged that one.
I saw a review and I was like, oh, cool. I have all the highlights. I don't need to watch this now.
Right? I wish I would have done that, but I did not. I tried to watch it. I tried to get into it. I couldn't. I think this one's like dead or possessed. I'm not even sure what's wrong with this one, but they have like a split personality and I don't know why. It was weird. I tried. I really, really tried. All right, so my next one that I tried to watch and regretted, because it was not anything like what I was imagining at all. And that is, I guess I have them out of order. So the second one is the one that I watched all the way and really, truly regret and judge myself on. That's Domestic Girlfriend. I don't know what I was expecting from this one. It wasn't what I got. I was like,
what? Domestic Girlfriend's amazing. How dare you?
You can feel that way.
Development, bro.
It's
bruh. I'm like,
Reggie.
No.
Reggie, you didn't enjoy watching it at all?
Like,
it's nothing but a black mark on your life? You regret having seen it?
It's a gray mark, but yeah, it's a dark gray mark. I'm like, because I went in, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, you got to make your mind up. You can't be flippity flopping back between your exes and your ex and your flink and bro, no, Steven, no.
I disagree.
You can disagree. That is fine.
I very disagree.
That is okay.
You could aim
lower. I'm a little emotional about
lower.
this right now. I disagree.
I mean, you can disagree. I watched all of it and I just sat there like, what? It was basically this entire show was that last episode of Orimo. I'm like, that can't be real. This cannot be the way that this is going. Don't do this to me. And they did. And I'm like, no. Why? Why did I watch this? I was expecting growth and change, and there was the girls had more growth than he did, but
harem. I mean, that's
yes, I understand that. Yes, I understand the harem. I enjoy harems. This is not a harem I enjoyed. It was just convoluted and
lots of feelings. Are you uncomfortable with the emotions there, guy?
Oh no, I'm perfectly fine with the emotions. I am in touch with my emotions. I cry when I watch some anime. Like, bro, this is a touching and moving moment. This was all just a moment and feelings of what in the hell did they just do? Why are you doing that? Don't do that.
These are bad life decisions. WTF, Japan.
Well, no, it's not. It used to be WTF Japan when I was a teenager, slightly into my 20s. After that, it's just like, yeah, no. It's like the weather in Colorado. I don't know what to expect, and that's what I expect.
It's going to be 68 and 70 degrees this weekend. It is snowing right now.
Right? It's like Colorado. There have been days in Colorado where it's done that all in one day. We fell to our high and then kept falling, and then we got a blizzard. That's what this anime was like. It fell into its high, and then it was a blizzard. That's what this anime was like. That is a perfect analogy for this. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be. That's not what I'm expecting. Well, at least it can't be boom, blizzard. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. So, since how you love it, sir, please defend your anime to me.
I mean, what is there to defend? It's exactly what it says on the tin.
I don't know, maybe I was just expecting more from the 10.
You went to a pizza place and then you complained that you got a pizza.
I guess.
It's trash. It sold itself as trash in the first minute. It wasted no time to let you know what it was about. You could have, after one episode, you could have bowed out. After 3 episodes, you could have immediately been like, okay, 3-episode rule. This is where it stands. But you kept going.
I think it was the morbid curiosity. Like, it can't be like that the whole time, can it? Oh, snap, it can. Oh, snap, it was.
Oh, it absolutely was. And I was here for it.
It's like that time you ate the whole dessert and you're like, man, I shouldn't eat this whole dessert. And then you eat it and you're like, man, it tasted good the whole time. And then you're just sitting there like, I ate that whole thing. And you're just that moment of, no, I'm not bringing that up. Stop. No, sir. Did he freeze?
First of all, I didn't regret that. I thought that was a serving.
I know.
Let's continue.
But it was just, I ate the dessert and I'm like, yeah, I want the dessert. And then I was like, I did not want all that dessert. I regret eating all of that dessert. I don't feel good. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But yes, I knew it was trash going in. I didn't know what kind of trash it was when I went in. I was like, oh, it's the trash that's in my trash can and it's easily compatible and understandable. And no, it was just somebody just, it's a restaurant dumpster. That's what kind of garbage it was.
It was a restaurant dumpster grease fire.
Yes.
Which is what I was hoping for. So I was very happy.
I mean, I didn't want the dumpster. I wanted to be like, oh, look at the dumpster. Oh, God, it smells bad and go away. No, it was like, why is it on fire? But then I just sat there and watched the fire and like, oh, God, the fire. Oh, God, the smell. Oh, God, the fire. Huh. I have no one to blame but myself. And that's all I blame is myself. And I'm okay with that. Like, for real. They're begging the big sister not to tell on them right here. You know our secret. Don't tell nobody. I don't know. That's just me. I ate the dessert. I wanted the dessert. Well, I thought I wanted the dessert. I ate all of it. I shouldn't have, and I regret it. All right. Third on my list in the last
But you decided the dessert was bad on your third bite.
I ordered it. I had to finish it. I don't waste the food.
I'm not going to be dropping this anytime soon.
Like, wow, I'm invested in this now. I can't leave. I've done this to myself. That's all there is to it. I paid for it. I got to eat it. I'm sorry. And my last one, this is also one that I was like, oh, it's going to be something completely different. And it was completely different from what I thought it was going to be. And that is The Great Jaehee. Like, I get it. You can have incompetent characters that don't know what they're doing, where they are. But you can't have incompetent characters that are don't know what to do where they are and don't know anything about where they are as one character. And boy, how did they do it? So Jaehee was a demon lord in another world that was banished to Earth and was told to live as an Earthling. And when she uses up all her power, she becomes, of course, a chibi. Understandable. Cool. I thought she'd at least be intelligent and smart and be able to like, hey, let me use my wiles and get the things that I want and rebuild my kingdom on Earth. Nah, bro, she don't know nothing. She can't do nothing right. Like, seriously. This was like, these are her subordinates right here. Her subordinates. This one is now having to tell her how to live as a person. It was like, do you really? So you just a demon lord that just demon lorded all the time, and that's it. You didn't just have regular interactions with anybody ever. Just demon lord 24/7, 100%.
It
And you
seems like
don't
they did skip some steps. That would be frustrating to watch. So, how many episodes did you get in?
4 or 5. Because I'm like, she can't be this dumb the whole time. Oh, she's this dumb
You
the whole
have
time.
so much patience for things you don't like.
I do. It's a drawback, but a string. It is my greatest weakness. That's a string. And I was just like, no, she's gonna be this dumb the whole time. I couldn't do it to myself. I couldn't. Like for real, she's getting scolded because she was working in a restaurant and like being mean to the customers.
So this is like an incompetent version of The Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yeah. Oh God. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
it is. It is. It is an incompetent version of that. I'm like, you can't. And
Because
then
he was great. He stepped up. Like
He did.
he's like, oh man, I could nail human life. This is cake.
Exactly. This was the complete opposite. It was, I don't want to do this human stuff. I want to go back to being a demon lord. I don't care. And she just botched everything. And like she's trying to rebuild her magic powers and try to open the portal back. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. So the reason she's on Earth is I forgot she didn't get banished. Her spell backfired and she threw herself onto Earth. I forgot about that. So she's trying to get her magic power back up so she can open the portal and go back home. But of course, anime being anime, something comes up and she has to use the power for something else, as usual. I tried. I really and truly did. Like, for real. This is her with her full power. Like, bruh, cool, demon lord. Digging it. And then she becomes an incompetent demon lord. And I'm like, well, that's not good. And then she becomes an incompetent demon lord with no powers.
And it doesn't get better.
Yeah. It doesn't get better. Like, they were trying to do the whole learn life lessons and be better to people thing. And it came off condescending to me. And I did not like that.
It almost sounds like you're describing the opposite of condescending, but no, you nailed it.
I don't know. It wasn't for me. I regretted it. I did not enjoy it, as you could see from me not finishing it. It was there. I watched it. I couldn't finish it. This is one of the I did with this one what I should have done with Cold Creek Manor when Tim and I figured out the entire story in the first 5 minutes. We should have walked the fuck out. And we did. Well, it can't be that obvious. Oh, we should have left. We should have gone to watch anything else.
Sometimes you got to go with your gut.
Sometimes, yes. I did not do that with Domestic Girlfriend, but I did do that with The Great Jahe and Guard Vest Dressers.
I don't know how I feel about your list. Like, obviously your regret is your regret, but I mean, you must have dodged some landmines because I feel like you could have aimed a little lower there.
Well, just because it's low hanging doesn't mean I regret it.
Fair enough. I've seen your Crunchyroll list. I'm not going to judge you.
You saw my list. It was up for the public viewing. I have lower hanging fruit. I don't regret those lower hanging fruit at all because I'm a man of culture. Thank you. All right. So, Mr. Patrick, what do you have for us?
Are you guys seeing this?
I'm about to show it. Are you sure?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm curious.
The fruit of evolution.
Oh, no, Pat, no. Pat, why? I guess the last episode was dumb as hell. But Pat, no.
There were plenty of other good shows to watch. And instead, I watched this show because I didn't have the chutzpah to go out and find a better show to watch. And it was just so dumb. It was trite. I understand that you love it. I felt offended by the trite decisions made by everyone. I felt shame for finishing it when I finished it. And the last episode sucked. So it made it even worse for me. You're looking at me with the eyes of judgment there, Steve.
I don't know this show. I've never heard anything about it.
It's isekai.
Apparently,
and-
that's a good thing.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not.
Dodged a bullet. It was on Reggie's. I liked this Crunchyroll list. I judge him for this.
You can judge me for it. I enjoy the Fruit of Grisaya.
So between him liking this and him not liking Domestic Girlfriend, it sounds like your taste has been called into question, Reggie.
You can call it into question. That's okay. That is okay. I will defend any and all things that I watch and do not like and do like. So you may call me into question, and I am okay with that.
The anime catalog is a buffet. Enjoy what you enjoy, sir.
This is true. This is true.
So I really,
Whoa.
really regretted watching Attack on Titan the way that I watched it.
Wait,
I did
Was-
not like how the Titans kept winning and the humans kept failing forward. It was like, oh, this is depressing. And I quit Attack on Titan. And, later was coerced into coming back and finishing. And that's where the regret lied. I
You regret
regretted
coming
watching it the way I watched it. I should have stuck it through and let the story people tell their story, whatever you call them, writers, directors, producers.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I only watched season 1, and I absolutely hated where it ended. And
Oh.
then it didn't have any more for years.
They were
And-
slow with this with the follow-ups, and I hear season 4 is where it really pops off.
Yeah, and I haven't bothered going back because apparently even Attack on Titan, the final season, is a 2-part season. So like 3-part season. I'm not going back to this show until it is done.
It's done. It was
It's
supposed
done,
to be.
and then I give it like a good 5 to 10 years to make sure they don't add on a little bit more. I will watch it when it has a clear ending.
We could get some pizzas and binge it, but yeah. I regretted watching this anime the way I watched it.
So you wish you would have just stuck with it and watched it all the way through instead of piecemeal?
Avoided it until they finished the story, or stuck with it.
Gotcha.
Either would have been better than what I did.
Understandable. But yes, I agree with you. You missed the whole point of this one. You missed the whole point, sir.
I don't know that he missed the point. The point's fairly obvious.
This is true.
I am curious to hear the critique.
Yes, please, sir.
I watched the edited version, and I watched it all in a weekend. I was working on a project at work, and at the time I had like a private little lab that I was working in. And yeah, it was just like, mistakes were made, bad decisions were made. I was in a bad place in my life. It left a bad taste in my mouth. Also, very superficial characters. They really don't change throughout the whole thing. New powers are unlocked, but it's typical. I care now, so I power up now, and it's lame. I regretted watching it because I should, as a man of culture, watch the correct version at the correct time, at the correct place, for the correct reasons. It's less about what I'm watching, but how I'm watching it, I guess. It's at that point. And then I had an honorable mention. As I was thinking about, what animes have I really regretted tuning to? Bad dubs. Good anime, bad dubs. Bad dubs have sent me packing with instant regret. Oh, God, I should not have.
It's recently Caden has taken an interest in Demon Slayer, but he's watching the dub. And every time I walk by, I'm like, what the hell is he watching? Oh, no! I can't listen to this.
Yes. Yeah. I was watching something and it like switched seasons. And you know how Crunchy likes to default to something. And it was before they gave you the options of main language and main subtitles. I'm like, cool, let me watch it. And I was watching my show and I'm like, why does it sound so bad? I'm like, what is, oh, is that English? Oh God, that's English. No. You are not Cowboy Bebop. You are not Samurai Champloo. You do not get to come at me with English. Go away.
Yeah, it's a very short list of anime that's better in English. You named two of them. Fully
Yeah.
Cooley and Gurren Lagann are another two.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Which
Girl,
honestly, Fully Cooley is about even between the two of them.
this
They
is
really
true.
nailed it. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
They really did. And it's Fooly Cooley's just one of the first Fooly Cooley. The other two are I didn't watch them in English, so
I watched the pilot of season 2 and I liked it, and then I just never got around to watching more.
same here. I watched series 2. I don't know if I finished it, and I did not watch series 3.
Huh.
But I was like,
Weird.
okay, I might have to go back and try it again. Actually, I know I have to go back and try it again.
Pat, did you watch it?
Yeah.
Lacks the magic.
Yeah. Really, it did. It's I'm struggling to find the word, but it's like Men in Black 2. It's just an endless string of callbacks. It's poetry that's not its own poem.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of trying to hide the truth in plain sight with lack of context, they just made things unintelligible. They were being goofy for goofiness' sake, and they didn't have that same snap.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, maybe I'm so stupid I didn't get it. And Fully Cooley, man, like after the 7th viewing, it slaps more. You get more, you see more, you notice more. Maybe I just need to watch it a few times to get it. But I'd like to think I knew what I was in for. I really watched it, and I was really disappointed.
Yeah,
but I didn't regret watching it. It was still a good show.
The way we consume anime now is different to how we consumed anime then. Back when Fully Cooley first came out, you bought a DVD. It had 2 episodes on it. You would watch it, and then you'd show it to your friends, and then they'd show it to their friends. And before the second DVD even comes out, you've seen the first 2 episodes like 10 times, and you've had really good discussions about it. So by the time you get to episode 3, you're already in this mindset where you're watching it with, I don't want to say the right expectations, but you're in the right headspace. You've acclimated to watching Fully Cooley.
And you're hyped, and your friends are there. They've been waiting for you to get your hands on that stupid DVD, Steve.
Yeah.
What is going to happen already? And it's great.
I was waiting for Media Play to get it in. I'm sorry.
This was the days before imports. You couldn't just hop on your internet and just say, "Hey, import this from Japan." You had to wait for a business to do it.
Yeah, piracy was even pirating anime at that time was so hard. It was actually easier to just go buy it.
Sometimes, yes, because. Granted, yes, there were subgroups and dub groups out there, but man, some of them were not good. Some of them were not good.
Remember spending like $50 on a fan dubbed Dragon Ball Z VHS with really low quality?
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, those were dark times.
Those were the dark times of the anime pie.
I look back at that with, rose-colored glasses. I choose to remember that well, but you're not wrong.
I mean, there were some things that I enjoyed, like making a friend at school who you find out is into anime, and they were fortunate enough to, not only have enough allowance money saved up, but their parents took them to a convention. So Laura, you remember Laura. Laura's the entire reason I got to see the last season of Sailor Moon. Because it had not been available here.
God, no. They just, it was like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. They just did the ones that they had, and it's over and over and over. It's like, enjoy.
Well, Sailor Moon at the time was also Deke was publishing it, and they were not going to touch that last season.
Yeah.
They were not going to touch that last season.
They're like, there's only so many edits we can do. We can't fix that. They're kissing. The girls are kissing. Look at them. We can't stop it.
Oh, not just that. Like ignoring what yeah, Deke did with Uranus and Neptune. No, you haven't really watched Sailor Moon, have you?
It wasn't. I watched it here and there. I don't dislike it, but it's not one that I'm like, let me watch Sailor Moon. It's not.
The new stuff, Crystal, is pretty good, and it's got way less filler. But yeah, the main thing Deke like just completely stepped away from Sailor Moon was the Sailor Starlights. They were trans as part of their transformation.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're talking late 90s. And Deke was like, nope.
Out.
Not gonna do that. No, thank you.
Yeah. And then we had a friend in high school who was awesome, who let us borrow the VHSs. And it was, oh my God, it was such a good season. It's the best part of Sailor Moon. And we didn't get it here for way too long.
It happens. All right, Saigon.
We're ready to judge.
Okay, I'm ready.
How low does it go?
I'm ready. Let me share. Give me
Show me what you got
to share. There we go. That one. All right. So I caught this on the Sci-Fi Channel way back in the day.
Uh-oh.
This is Galaxy Express 999.
Whoa.
It's right. Yeah, it's part of the My Life on the Arcadia, Captain Harlock. It's all done by that guy. Same guy who did Interstellar 666
Yes.
fives.
555. Yes.
With Daft Punk. Same guy. This is probably the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life. I remember watching it. I could not tell you anything that happened in this movie aside from there's a train in space. All I remember of it is a feeling of me wanting something to happen.
And not getting that feeling.
It never happened. I watched the whole thing and it never happened. I don't know if it was supposed to be a series and they crunched it down to an OVA. I don't know if it was a movie. I don't know if I should have had previous knowledge of the rest of the Captain Harlock stuff, because I understand Harlock is very highly regarded as one of the great classics. And I've gone back and I've watched like the first couple episodes of the original Harlock, and it's pretty fine for the era. Like I've seen worse. This though, oh my God, it was so boring. So that one was pretty bad. I don't remember what is next on my list. Oh, right.
Wait. Why did you send me the trailer? I'm confused now. I'm so confused now.
No, I didn't say. I sent you the trailer for the live action Saint Seiya. This is Ronin Warriors.
I do get those two confused. This is true.
Yeah. So this was I caught this back on Toonami. It was early into their hey, we're doing anime era. I think this is what replaced Outlaw Star after they finished that run.
Yes.
And it was not good.
Pandering in the highest order.
Yeah, I could not get into this one. I only gave it a few episodes. I remember like my girlfriend at the time and her friends, they were enjoying it. They were watching it. They were writing lemons about it. Could not get into it.
I enjoyed it. I don't know. I think the reason I enjoyed it is because I view Saint Seiya and Ronin Warriors like
apparently is interchangeable.
Apparently it is. I apologize. Look, I actually when I first watched it, I think that's what they did. They literally stuck the two. It was a Macross thing where they took different anime and shoved it into one and said, "This is the show." And I got confused because that happened a lot back in the 80s where they would just get the rights to properties that look the same and shove them together and give them to American kids.
Yeah, we got some weird localizations in the 80s. I don't know how badly Ronin Warriors was hit, but I could not.
I think it wasn't that. I think it was literally Saint Seiya and Ronin Warriors were just smushed together. as
I
one
don't know
series.
how they would have been.
It was Guys in Armor. Guys in Armor.
Hmm.
And yeah, I think that's what happened. And because that's what happened with Macross. Because I enjoyed Macross, and the next thing I know, I'm like, all the characters I know are dead, and then next you know, all those characters are dead. Now they got other trans. I'm like, what just happened? I'm
Oh,
like,
you were
where-
watching Robotech.
I'm sorry. Yes, Robotech. Robotech. Macross is the proper name for the
Yeah,
original.
Macross was the OG, and
Yes.
then Robotech is the weird thing that we got. That was still fine, kind of fine.
It was until they did this, because it was okay when they went from one part of UN Spacey to another part of UN Spacey later on.
Mhm.
And then the last show that had nothing to do with it. It was, I think it was Votoms was the original name, and they just shoved it on there, and it was like, what?
Right. Okay. What was my next one? Yeah. Yorioshi. I usually dig harem anime. This was the big harem anime in, I don't know, 2005? Maybe earlier? Maybe 2004, 2005. It was the big one. I watched this back when Netflix was still mailing you DVDs.
Back in my day.
Back when the internet came on discs.
Oh God. Yeah. AOL. Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh, did we lose my screen?
No, I'm
No,
still
it's still
seeing
there.
you.
Oh, it's just me. Okay, cool.
That's you.
Yeah, this is another one where I would be hard pressed to tell you anything of meaning that happened. The main character, no personality at all. I mean, out of all of the harem tropes, like all of the negative harem tropes, this one was far and away the worst. Just no character growth. I was not interested in any of it. We were watching it because it was the anime that was available to us at the time. It was on like that Netflix backup list that you used to have because the disc that you wanted might not be available at the time.
Of course.
And we wound up watching the whole damn thing, and I do not recall anything. Just nothing. I'm assuming neither of you watched this.
No, I did not. I gotta say though that the manga cover looks very nice.
Oh yeah, the art is good. The character design is at least interesting. I mean, she is anyways. Like that's I was trying to remember the name of this anime, and I was just like flipping through 2000s anime until I saw her. I was like, it's you.
It's you.
Yeah, just another one that I could not tolerate. And then this one is more recent. You guys might recognize this one. I'm not going to tell you what it is right away.
Oh my God. oh my God. I forgot.
Did you forget?
I wiped it out. I think about it every now and again randomly. I wiped it out. I got I think me and you watched this at the same time.
This was probably one of the worst remakes I've ever seen. Like, if you ever have a remake that just completely misses the original, this is it.
Dude,
like, none of the spirit was there. It was,
oh my God,
all it had was the name.
That's in the color scheme. That's it. Name in the color scheme. That's
Pat,
it.
do you recognize it?
Hell no. I have no idea what this is.
Powerpuff Girls Z. That is Blossom, Buttercup, and Bubbles on the left,
and the Rowdy Rough Boys on the right.
Yeah, it took itself so seriously, and then failed to really be like serious. The Powerpuff Girls movie was harder hitting than this.
Dear God, was it? Yes, and I'm sorry. I know it's an anime trope thing, but the Powerpuff Girls are not magical girls.
No, they're superhuman test tube babies.
Exactly. And yeah, I watched it. I watched all of it.
You
This was
watched
a
the whole
spite.
thing? I watched an episode and
It
then
was
never
out of
looked back.
spite. I watched it out of
You're
spite.
just so
It was a hate
stubborn. You find something that
so
you don't enjoy and then you stick it out. It's incredible.
It was this. Most of it's out of curiosity. That one was out of spite. I was so angry that they did that to one of my favorite shows, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch it all the way through to make sure it doesn't get better, and it did not. It did not.
Yeah.
It was a hate watch. That's great.
It was a hate watch. Yeah, it was a hate watch. I cannot lie about that. Look, that man. I was so stoked too. I was so stoked. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it and it's gonna be good. And actually, I think if it wasn't me and you, it's me and Tim that were watching it at the same time. And I know Tim bowed out. He's like, I'm not. I think he did the same thing as you. Is like, I can't watch this. And I'm like, let me finish it. And I was like, yeah, no, we didn't need to finish it.
Yeah, no, I gave it about halfway through the first episode. I was like, I don't think this is gonna be good. And then I finished the first episode and I was like, I was right. And then I never went back. I remember very clearly watching that one. I watched that one by myself, and I think we must have talked about it the next day.
Probably
Because that was back when I was living down in Fountain.
Yeah, it was a
Man.
bad one.
It was so bad. Perry had a knee-jerk reaction to the question when I was talking to her about it when I got home from work. And her knee-jerk reaction was Oremo. And like, I had to stop her and be like, really? Oremo? Because, you know, that's what we bonded over on our first date. Was Oremo. That was back during season 1 when it was still good.
Right? That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't the last season or last episode of season 2. That's why.
Yeah, it was that last episode that was really, 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 really bad. But no, I have fond memories of it, so I don't regret watching it. There have been anime that like I didn't like, but I don't regret watching them. The ones that I listed, usually it just has to be really boring. Like I regret watching boring stuff, but if something's terrible, like there's something is happening.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel about some on my list. Only one on my list. I watched all the way through that you feel completely different about. But I was like, it was something. But yeah, the other two, I didn't finish them. I couldn't. And yeah, no, it was a hate watch. Like, bruh, maybe it'll get better.
I have the worst picture in my mind for this.
Yeah, I was just like, get better. Get better. I was just yelling at my screen for the show to get better, and it never did.
So how about this for a bonus round? Were there any anime that managed to turn it around? You gave it 3 or 4 episodes when it didn't deserve it, and then it turned good?
Ooh.
Yes, I don't remember the name. I want to say that the name was Soul Taker, but I looked for it and I found pictures of an anime called Soul Taker, and it's not what I remember. But it was set in kind of a fantasy ancient China, and the guy rode what was basically a flying hippo. It had cool character designs. It had a cool intro. The entire first season was so bad and so boring, but I had a friend who was making me watch it because he's like, no, you have to watch season 1 so that everything makes sense in season 2. And season 2 is amazing. And he's right. Soul Hunter.
It's Soul Hunter.
Soul Hunter. That sounds right. Let me.
So
I looked for Flying Hippo and found it.
That's what I did. I did Flying Hippo anime, and the first thing on Reddit was like Soul Hunter.
That is it. That is it. Let me pull this picture up.
So if you power through season 1, it gets good.
Season 2 is so good. I don't know that I could say it's worth it. I don't know that I would ever recommend it to anybody. This is just like an anecdote that I have. because
looks very 90s. Oh my God, is that very 90s?
it's so 90s, early 2000s anime. I feel like it's probably 90s, and it's one that, like, I'm pretty sure it was Funimation at the time, because it was just like them and US Manga Corps, and this is not something US Manga Corps would put out.
Right.
They must have been digging, because like that was the point where just anime DVDs were flying off the shelves. They were selling 4 episodes to us at a time for $40 to $50.
God, yes.
It was an amazing time for Funimation.
It
But
was.
yeah, season 1, it wasn't like these weren't half seasons at the time either. This was 24 episodes.
Oh, it's one of those.
It was so long and so boring. And then season 2 hits, and it's like, wow, this suddenly got really good. And I understand why you made me sit through season 1, but I don't think I'm going to forgive you for it.
Understandable.
I don't know that this makes up for it.
Right.
So yeah, that's my big turnaround anime. Pat, you suggested this. Do you have one? Or should we have Reggie go first?
Man, ones that I'm really glad I stuck with. If I was cold watching Gurren Lagann, I probably wouldn't have made it past like the second episode.
Really?
Yeah. But because it came so highly recommended, I did. But if I was cold watching that first couple of episodes, like I don't think it would have snapped me up. It wouldn't have resonated.
Okay.
I feel like it really kicks in around episode
4.
5 or episode
4 or
7
5.
when the thing happens.
Yep.
Right.
And you're suddenly like, what?
Yeah.
And then you can't stop watching the show if you continue watching the show. I know a lot of people who just stop there and were like, well, I'm not going to fucking watch this.
It's like, no, you got to give it more. You got to
just watch.
You
give it another episode.
Get to the cover art, and then you can stop if you want. If you get to the cover art and you stop, it really wasn't for you. If you don't get to the cover art, then you're not doing it right.
That's a good take. I like
it. I guess I can kind of see that. I was really in the perfect head state at the time for Gurren Lagann. Like when I watched that show, I was like, they're trudging. I get that. I'm trudging right now. And then things got worse before they got better, but things eventually got better.
This is true.
With the drill that pierced the heavens.
Yep.
All right. So Reggie,
my drill is the drill that will create
watch for you there, buddy.
Yes, it's a weird one because the manga, actually, they're both good. They're both no, because the anime didn't go as far as the manga. No, I don't know if I can use that one.
What is it?
Well, fine. I will show you. But I read all of the manga, and it's just one of those ones where it starts off one way, gets to the middle, completely different, and then the end is nowhere near either one of those.
Is it Madoka Box? Are you about to say Madoka Box?
No, it is not Madoka Box.
Because that one did that.
It's Air Gear.
Oh, what?
Okay.
I don't remember the tone like change. I read the manga.
Did you read all of the manga?
I thought I had.
You apparently did not watch all of the manga if you think the tone did not change.
I mean, I remember it getting darker fairly early.
Oh no! Beyond the. I have to. Did you watch him get superpowers?
No. Was that in the manga?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't finish the manga.
You did not. If you
okay.
And that's just the light end of the middle. And there's a reason that they called the things that like the leaders of each of the crews had regalia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Huh. What was your other one? Because you were going to change your answer away from your.
I was thinking of this one, but then I realized the anime only covers like the first 12 chapters, and that's the only that they did. And it was a really good season, but it never came out with anything more. But I remember the entire run of the manga. Yeah, so The parts you read, yeah, it's just standard skater peoples doing skater cool things.
I mean, it wasn't standard. It
Okay.
was like Jet Set Radio
Yes,
skating.
it was Jet Set Radio. Yes, that's probably why I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, probably after you stop somewhere close to where you stopped watching, they start getting superpowers. So
Yeah, I do not recall that.
yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg for the middle of the series, and then the end of the series, like, bruh, like it got ridiculous. Basically, here, let me just give you this little bit of info. President Obama makes a cameo in the manga.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. President Obama shows up in the manga, and I was flipping through it, and I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. Stop. What? And guess what? Guess what President Obama can do? He can ride air gear. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm like literally the last few chapters, just like, oh, this is what you think it is? Nope.
Negative.
And I'm glad I stuck through it because, yeah, it got really, really interestingly weird, and I enjoyed it. and what's funny, because it starts off making you think, oh, it's going to be super ecky. It gives you that for like 10 chapters, and then it's like, no, that's done. We're done with that now.
Yeah, that caught me off guard too. Usually they kind of progress and get more and more thirsty as they go. And this one was like, it started off really thirsty and then it like went away.
they got a drink and they were no longer thirsty.
Mm-hmm. It was very hydrating.
It was
some good Gatorade.
It was. But yeah, this is that one where I'm glad I stuck with it, because I was like, I don't know, but I'm like, let me just power through. And I powered through, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then the power creep is real.
In a manga about skating.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Wild.
the power creep is real. And yeah, I thoroughly did enjoy it, and I'm glad I stuck through with it. And yeah, it's worth it. If you have the chance, go find it to read it. You'll get to if anyone watching this gets to the point to where the superpowers kick in and you get confused, let me know. I'll talk to you about it. I will walk you through. I will guide you through it. I will help you with this because it's so worth it. And yeah, Jet Set Radio Future / Grind as a manga / anime. You need to watch and read it.
Pat, this whole thing was your idea.
Yeah.
Did you give yours?
Yeah. I went before Reggie.
He did. You put him on the hot seat.
Work has been hard.
I said
today.
Gurren
I'm
Lagann.
sorry. You did say Gurren Lagann.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Do you think we were just talking about Gurren Lagann just to talk about it?
I'd forgotten we were talking about Gurren Lagann. It's been a long day.
Understandable.
Ditto.
Yeah.
I do not blame you for that. Well, yes. So yeah, those are our picks, ladies and gentlemen. If you like them or don't like them, please let us know because we value your feedback. Oh,
and
what's that?
Anyone in chat have topics that you want us to cover? Now is the time to throw them out there.
Yes, give us your topics because the second and third shows were the topics of the fans. So we're here for you. We want to talk about the things you want to hear us talk about because if it's anime and manga related, we're going to talk about it. It's what we do.
As a general rule, yes.
As a general rule, yeah. Ooh, there's a topic. A manga that may have been adapted better as an anime than manga. Is that such a thing? Can it be possible?
Gurren
Oh,
Lagann.
yeah.
Wait, it was a manga?
It was a manga. It was actually, well, I guess it was an anime first, and then they adapted it into a manga, and it does not hit the same way.
Doesn't hit the same. Huh?
No.
Well, because you don't have the vocalizations of Kamina like in your ear reverberating. You just read it, and you just have to think about how it might sound.
I treat it like it came first to me because I found the manga before I saw the anime.
Oh,
gotcha.
Okay. What the heck is the difference between what?
Gurren Lagann?
That's like an open question, and we're confused by this. Please elaborate, Ray. Oh, what?
Manga
Wow.
and anime. Oh, what's the difference between the manga and the anime? Oh, there are discussions to be had there.
I think she
There's
just means
some big ones.
I think she means in general. So
manga is the
is
comics,
yes,
and anime are the cartoon shows.
yes.
Yeah. So
with
the manga, you get
shows.
He
your
did.
panels.
They're
your
gonna
story, and
find
dialogue.
you.
So basically, at least he didn't say Japanimation.
Oh
Wow,
I
that
remember
brings
those
me back.
Like that was the thing back in like the late 80s, just Japanimation, and I thought that was the cool thing.
Cool.
But now I'm like, oh, it's just called anime. Why did you make all this extra stuff on the sides of it? Just call it anime? Because you have to know where it came from. If a cartoon looks like this, it's only coming from one place, sir.
Japanese animation,
right?
Yeah.
But hey, it was the younger times. It was different times. We've evolved and we've learned and we've grown and we've regressed and we've grown. And now we're in that super golden era of anime. Because dear God, 20s me could not believe that there would be this much anime in one spot available all at one time.
And it is the worst today that it's ever going to be for the rest of the time. We're only getting better from here.
We can hope, yes. And
I feel like it was worse a few years ago. There is a period there a few years back where there was just nothing worth watching.
Are you sure you weren't just going through that grumpy old man phase where Taco Bell made you run to the bathroom?
Okay, so two things. First of all, I am currently in the grumpy old man phase. Second of all, Taco Bell only makes, here's my hot take for the day. Taco Bell only makes you run to the bathroom if you do not get enough fiber in your diet, because Taco Bell is very fiber heavy. If you get the shits after Taco Bell, I have news for you. It's because you're not getting enough daily dietary fiber and you need to eat better. Introduce vegetables and fruits into your diet.
Oh, I thought you needed like tiger blood or something.
No. This is just general nutritional advice. The vast majority of Americans get less than 10% of the recommended amount of dietary fiber.
That makes sense. That tracks.
So Taco Bell has a lot of fiber in it. It makes you poop because your body's like, oh, finally some fiber. Thanks.
And here I just thought it meant people's genes were weak.
That's right. No one will remember you.
No, they have shitty diets. And if you have a shitty diet and then you have Taco Bell, you're going to be shitty.
That would explain why I don't shit after Taco Bell, unless it's all I eat that day.
Yep. All right. Well, I regret making this joke. Thanks for punishing me.
No, you gave me a hot take. It's great. I was going to say something like Avatar: The Last Airbender is anime.
But it is.
I know that, and you know that, because we're all rational people here, but there are people out there who aren't.
Well, they're wrong. They need to get educated.
Anime is just Japanese for animation. That's all it is.
That's all it is.
That's it. That's all it is. Family Guy is anime.
It's anime.
The Simpsons is anime.
It is.
Family Guy is not Japanese animation.
No,
it
is anime.
I'm not assuming anyone's nationality. Who knows?
Okay. All right. Well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This has been My Best Friends Weebing. We've talked about things that, some of us may have regretted, some of us did not. We questioned others and their choices, but it's what your friends do. If your friends don't question your choices, are they really friends? Yeah. So remember that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Ross on God. That is Saigen Steven down there, and that's
Patrick. You're pointing the wrong direction.
No, you were right there. You were right there on me.
Am I?
Yes.
Weird. I've got Pat below us. I've got you right here.
He's right here.
Actually, you know what? Pat. I know what it is. It's because I flip my screen so I mirror myself.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't do that.
I do. See, I match you when I do that.
I don't.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, look, it's that hand in that hand. But yes, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been My Best Friends Weebing, a production of Hyro Geek X Unlimited. We appreciate you, and we want you to come watch us every week, every other week, once a month. Whenever you can, come watch us, because we're here. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. 4-Letter Nerd is the company we're under. Go find us there at all their places, and we'll be there. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we bid you a goodbye.